just get that sorted up for, we'll see how this goes for this. But it still hadn't sunk in yet that we were standing in a real courtroom. We've only acted as Mr. Rory's assistant. Now as front and center as the defense table. I think, were you Celeste or was I Celeste?
I don't remember.
I was Celeste.
I feel like you. Yes.
Are you okay? Yes, of course. Maybe if I kept saying that, it would end up being true. That woman from the dungeon was also here. She must have been the prosecutor for Celestia's trial. No wonder she was able to order around the commander like that. I could feel her piercing glare burrowing into me. Why was she standing and looking at me like that? Was she trying to intimidate me? Because it was definitely working. That's a new animation. And plus the background has changed too. Because before it was just two wooden pillars off this side and like a window behind it. But this is no chair, so this is completely different.
Yeah.
The court is now in session for the trial of Celeste McCoys. And plus the background for each of the characters is different too, because before it was just the ace attorney background of just the wood. Now this is like actually decorated wood and stuff too.
Prosecution's ready, Your Honor.
The defense is also ready, Your Honor. Okay.
Very well. Prosecutor Stewart, could you please list the charges? The defendant is Celeste McCoy, a mercenary by trade and a registered mage. She's charged with second-degree murder and negligent misuse of the arcane arts. The crime occurred within the McCoy Tavern, a local inn that was shut down years ago. Those who lived nearby reported hearing a loud argument coming from within the building around 1 a.m.
Evocation arcane art.
At 1:08 a.m., a carriage driver entered the tavern to investigate the disturbance. It was there that he found the victim, the defendant's sword impaled within his body.
Yeah, because the wording on this is different too.
Okay. The Inquisition has provided an autopsy report and documentation for the sword.
An image of that is different.
Yeah?
Died at 1:12 a.m. after being stabbed from behind with a magical blade. Fatal wound shows heavy traces of transmutation magic. Says sword, legend murder weapon, ornately designed sword, but it has no magical properties. Again, the image design for that is different too.
What was the defendant's relationship with the victim? I see that they share the same last name. The defendant is the victim's daughter, but not by blood. She was adopted into the family when she was an infant. Her birth parents are currently unknown. I see. What an unfortunate turn of events. To begin, the prosecution would like to call Commander Orm White to the stand. Witness, please state your name and occupation for the court.
I think you were Orm White.
Yes, yeah, I remember being Orm White too.
Yeah, you are.
Witness, name and occupation. Name's Orm White. I'm the commander of the Arcane Inquisition. Commander, please testify about the details of the Inquisition's investigation. Yeah.
Witness testimony. This feels different.
We got a late call at night. Someone found a dead body inside the McCoy Tavern. How dare you!
How dare it!
When we arrived on the scene, we found Flintheart McCoy dead on the floor. The defendant's sword was still in his chest. We have a bunch of witnesses who heard the victim and defendant in a loud argument before the body was called in. The argument must have turned ugly because the defendant killed the old man using her magic sword.
But that's not true because the sword's not magical. Also, cool thing. This is going to be difficult. The defendant's sword was the murder weapon. It was possible that the murder used it to frame her. That must have meant that the crime was premeditated. which is interesting.
Mr. Cuthbert, you may begin your cross-examination.
Yeah, because this is already... Oh my god, I don't... That should not be as easy to click. I liked it when it was up there.
Yeah.
Mr. Cuthbert, where was I supposed to start again? You prove that Celestia's innocent, but they found a sword in her body. Tron? That's the part where you say something, right? The longer I stood there, the more I noticed everyone staring at me. I could feel the case cracking. Every moment of silence was just a blow to my credibility. I wanted to face Ruby tomorrow today, but not a bumbling sidekick. Oh wait, that's your line. Whatever.
Excuse me! Wow, I see where I'm wanted. I will be taking my own leave now. Bye, everyone!
No, don't go.
Your Honor, the defense clearly has nothing to say against the prosecution's overwhelming evidence. Yep, the whole thing's pretty open and shut.
No, wait. Wait. I'm sorry, Tamora. I didn't do enough for Frey, now she's... Miss Tamora, does that mean they're gonna execute her? No, not again. Was I seriously going to watch this happen again? Tyrone! Her palm spot is cracked against my face. I stumbled back and almost fell over. She had every right to be angry, but that wasn't what I saw on her face. I'm sorry, Celeste, Stop, just listen to me. You're trained for this, right? You know what to do. I've never done this before. She cursed under her breath. She searched her mind for an answer. And then just treat it as something like you have done it before. I don't know, you got chess, right? So just treat this whole thing like you're playing chess. What? I don't know. Yesterday your common focus. So just channel that feeling. Look at all the pieces of the board or something like that. I made a lot of statements. Every statement that made, every word that came out of his mouth, they were just like all pieces on the board. The match wasn't won from the first move. It was developing the pieces I had and taking every adventure that presented itself. I apologize, Your Honor. The defense is ready to begin cross-examination.
Seeing as this is your first trial, Mr. Cuthbert, I'll overlook it this one time.
Thank the gods it actually works. Have you worried? There we go. You need to carefully examine every statement he made line by line. The key is to cross-examine and was identifying which statements contradicted my notes. Once I did that, I need to present the contradicting evidence. Well, we already know what the contradiction is. So I cross-examining, blah 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 blah. Just oh wait, I did not mean to go to the end. So we know that the old man was not killed using the magic sword. We know her sword has no magical properties. Objections! Successfully completed cross-examination achievements. Commander White, are you sure that the victim was killed using the defendant's sword?
Yeah, it's pretty obvious from the crime scene.
Pretty obvious.
Duh.
I think I'd have to disagree with you on that. If your testimony is true, the defendant's sword couldn't possibly be the murder weapon.
What are you talking about, kid? The sword was inside his body.
That may be, but take another look at the autopsy report. It says the fatal wound contained traces of transmutation magic. Even tested that the sword was magical.
So, what's your point?
It's simple. How could a non-magical blade leave traces of magic in the wound?
What?
My client's sword may look unique, but it's entirely non-magical. It couldn't have left those traces of transmutation on the wound.
That doesn't make a lick of sense. If the sword didn't kill him, then why was it in the body?
There's only one reasonable explanation. The wound was created magically, and someone shoved the sword into the wound afterwards.
And that girl's a mage. She could have easily whacked the old man using magic.
Why would she murder the victim using a spell only to then stab him with her sword? She would just be incriminating herself. If anything, the series of events proves something else. Someone used magic to murder the victim, then push my client's sword into the wound to frame her. Rabble, rabble, rabble. I love the little animations. Objection!
Oh my god. Don't get ahead of yourself, Mr. Cuthbert.
I love the little echo of silence, too.
Yeah. Your Honor, the defense is suggesting that another person used the sword to frame the defendant. But the defendant clearly cast a spell on the sword at the time of the murder. She cast a spell? Commander, testify as to how magic was used during the murder. What? Alright. I see where you're going with this.
Witness testimony.
Number 2. The sword itself ain't magical, but spells can still be cast on it. Oh, excuse me, how provocative.
Ooh.
Shut up. That defendant over there, her spell compendium got a spell called Mage Blade. She must have cast it on her sword before stabbing the old man. That spell is the reason why we found traces of magic on the body.
Mage Blade Transmutation Arcane. Jester none. Duration while concentrating. Concentration yes. For the duration of the spell, the edges of this object, usually a blade, become unnaturally sharp, making it more effective at slashing through a tough material. While under the effects of the spell, the object emits a yellow radiant glow. The target object must be no larger than a 5-foot cube. That reminds me of just some mage blade or something in D&D or whatever the spell's called. Spell compendium listed every spell I know mage knows how to cast. It's a fundamental piece of evidence that proves which spells the mage could and couldn't use. Celeste, do you have your spell compendium with you? No, my dad was the last person who had it. Why would Flintout have your spell compendium? But he is right. I know how to cast Mage Blade. It's actually the only spell I know.
I'd like to add that we found traces of transmutation magic on the defendant's sword as well.
I think we theorized before that what's-his-face transmuted the water/ice or whatever to make it look like her blade before.
Yeah, that's what we were getting to about, if I remember correctly.
I'm sure the court knows magical traces stay on the object for 48 hours after the spell is cast on them. Those 48 hours really tie in the timeline for cases like this. What?
Dumb.
Wait, why did you just zoom in? It was 48 hours for a zoom.
Don't worry about it.
Wiggle eyebrows.
Don't worry. What? No.
Because of that crime scene to investigate before all magical traces disappear from the crime scene. Also gives the court the perfect excuse to push these cases through the system as quickly as possible. Hence why time limit, time frame. Mr. Cuthbert, you may begin your cross-examination. Commander's testimony was a lot vague at this time. He probably wasn't expecting to give a second testimony. Pressing his statements really helpful with statements like this. Doing that might reveal new pieces of evidence that could be used against him. Cross-examination. Sometimes the contradiction statement isn't always apparent. You can press statements to get more information. Okay, that seems to make sense. Press more. Why would she go to the trouble of casting a spell on the blade? Her sword alone would have been enough to murder a defenseless person. Mages are always...
How dare you!
How dare I! For shame on my name!
I curse you. Mages are always looking for an excuse to throw their power around. There's no rhyme or reason to it.
Isn't that your own personal bias, Commander?
We don't need to understand why the defendant did what she did. The fact of the matter is that traces of magic were found on the body and the sword. Do you have any evidence of the contrary, Mr. Cuthbert.
Yeah, so we have autopsy, heavy traces, traces of transmutation.
Might need to press a little more on a few of them.
Yeah, probably the spell was the reason of... About that, spells only leave magical traces on the objects they target, and traces are only detectable for 48 hours. If my client cast Mage Blade like you said, there shouldn't have been any traces on the wound. There should only be traces on the sword.
We always find random magical traces at crime scene. We can't always explain each trace we detect.
That sounds more like a failure on the Inquisition's part more than anything else. Can we really trust that your knights examined the crime scene properly?
You don't believe me? Take a look at this picture.
Yeah, there's the sword and there's the bottle. I've seen pictures of dead bodies while studying Miss Moore's past cases, but there's always something unnerving about seeing someone I met yesterday. Carefully inspected the photo, taking great care to keep it out of Celeste's view. Lucky to you.
What? Oh. I cannot read. I thought that was the quiet text. Oops, ignore me. You know what? Curse upon myself. You can see it here plain as day. The sword has the highest concentration of transmutation traces.
But why didn't those traces fully cover the weapon? Did the transmutation spell damage your sword somehow? Crime scene photo. Why was the picture not brought to my attention, Aurum? I want it. Yeah, so I'm guessing it's the yellow circle that's transmutation. So it's covering the bottle, which I don't think this was actually. We did see this photo, but we didn't actually see the trace of magic on it before.
Yeah, we did.
Did we not see it? Did we see it last time?
Yeah, we did.
Okay. But yeah, there's the sword and then the thing. Okay.
What would be the point of that? The entire case is open and shut.
Prosecutor seems unnerved by something. Okay. So I feel like I'm kind of curious. Mage Blade? Powers of your sword. Wouldn't it be excessive for the defendant to use a spell like that on the victim? He wasn't wearing any armor or protection at the time of his death. Victim and defendant. Again.
Curse upon you again! The victim and the defendant were in an intense argument. Perhaps she used the spell in a fit of rage. Perhaps she simply cast it out of habit. What matters is that the sword undeniably has traces of transmutation magic on it. Okay, well, it's got to be something with the photo for one of them.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, so spells can be cast on it, that's true. Then over there, got a spell called Mage Blade. Yeah, okay, that's true. Must have
cast it before stabbing it.
Spells. So, I feel like maybe it's presenting. I feel like it's presenting the spell. I feel like it's presenting the spell on it because. Oh wait, no, I did not mean to press that. Yeah, Yeah, I think we need to present the spell because you have to say an incantation before actually doing it.
Unless you're gonna pull up the logic up. She could have whispered it under her breath.
Objection, Your Honor. It's clear the witness's testimony is contradictory, and this piece of evidence proves it.
I fail to see how this proves anything, Mr. Cuthbert.
Oh, I guess you're right. Huh.
Okay.
Okay, I guess not.
It's gotta be maybe something with either with the last sentence or the picture. So you're right in the photo. She stabbed him right through the chest using Mage Blade.
Yeah. Cause... Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, he is.
I feel like it's the... maybe if we present the photo? Because it's all around.
Yeah.
Objection! Okay.
Or not.
Maybe
Maybe
just
the picture with the
press
last
it on the very first statement, I guess. The sorts up its things.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah.
Are you accusing my client of casting a spell and channeling it through the sword?
There are a vast number of spells that operate like that. Spells from the scroll transmutation are almost exclusively channeled through an object. Your client clearly learned a spell that would aid in her work as a mercenary. Speaking of which... Okay, that didn't give us anything. Oh! Wait. Autopsy report with the last one.
Heavy traces?
No, it stabbed from behind with the magical sword on the
Oh, yeah, stabbed from behind. Present... Kind of... Objection!
There we go.
I was like, trying to remember the steps of how we did this.
We went through all of them, then we just somehow got it first time, I think.
I think what happened before was just like we had kind of the same thought process, but we probably picked it up sooner.
Yeah, no, we're being idiots right now.
I mean, to be fair, it's also been 4 months since we last played this, so it's just like we're trying to re-remember as we're catching up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Commander White, but you've shown us even more glaring contradiction.
Oh, yeah?
In your testimony, you said that my client stabbed the victim right through the chest.
You can see it right there in that picture. So, where's your contradiction?
That's exactly the problem, Commander. Your picture undeniably shows that my client's sword impaled the victim from the front. But for that were true, why does the autopsy say that he died from being stabbed in the back?
What? You were supposed to submit everything you had to me. Why'd you withhold this photo? There was no point. She's a mage. It couldn't have been anyone else.
Murmurs ripple through the gallery. Even the judge shifts uncomfortably in his seat. Our justice system may have been corrupt, but never get away with such blatant error. Order!
Order in the court! Order! I swear!
Give me some French
I'll throw my
fries.
gavel at someone. I'll take a number 2.
Mr. Cuthbert,
Mr.
what is...
Cuthbert.
Oh, wait, that's your line.
What is the meaning of this? How dare you?
Your Honor, this photo clearly shows my client sword impaling him from the front. Which means there's only one way for the autopsy to be true. The sword would need to be inserted into the wound after the victim had died.
That's crazy.
Then why don't you enlighten me, Commander White? Do you think my client impaled the victim hilt first with her sword? Or do you think she stabbed him through the chest, removed it, and then placed her sword in the body to frame herself?
Well, that's...
What happened here is obvious. The real murderer stuck the sword through the victim's to implicate my client. But they made a careless mistake and stuck the sword through the opposite side. You're actually pretty good at this. Objection! I love the animation objections. That's super cool.
Yeah.
And like her flowing cloak and all that.
Mm-hmm. It appears I underestimated you, but you've still gotten ahead of yourself. Is that so, Miss Steelwind? Let me ask the defense one question. Mr. Cuthbert. If your client didn't kill Flynnhart McCoy, then who did?
How should I know? If I'm not mistaken, it's the commander's job to figure that out.
Oh, I'm well aware of the commander's incompetence, but one fact still stands. There are magical traces on the wound and the sword. Would you like me to tell you how many mages lived in that small town?
I didn't like where she was going with this.
Only one. The defendant's the only registered mage who lives in Cornhaven.
Right, Cornhaven was a village of farmers, thus she was the only mage there.
The defendant was also established to have been with the victim minutes before his time of death. In addition to that, I have several witnesses who have heard them arguing. You, on the other hand, can only implicate an unknown assailant. I doubt you could even tell me who they are.
Even so, it's clear that the prosecution can't reliably prove how the victim was murdered.
I can't say that the prosecution's evidence is irrefutable, but the evidence still leans heavily against the defense. There are far too many unanswered questions for me to pass a verdict. To give the Inquisition time to investigate the crime scene and clear the unknowns, get it right. It's just they conduct their investigation more thoroughly. You dumbasses. We resume trial tomorrow morning. Court is adjourned.
Court is adjourned for now. Hello, Cuthbert. Oh, Mrs. Tamora. I tensed as she approached me. I've been focused on Celestia's case. I haven't even thought about how I left things with my mentor. Scared Lord, she'd probably been in the gallery too. She must have seen how I froze up during the first cross-examination. Your job is to put your client at ease, not the other way around. Sorry. I'm sure she was just snapping you out of it, but everyone saw her become violent with you. That's not exactly helpful if you want to prove she's not a violent murderer. Make no mistake, the prosecution will use that to their advantage. What's wrong with you? He did fine. McCoy, if the Inquisition didn't botch the investigation, Cuthbert wouldn't have never been able to buy this much time. In case you've forgotten, he's my defense attorney, not you. I don't get why he has to take notes from you. No, she's right, Celeste. I do need to do better. I can't ever let myself freeze up like that again. Hi, Bear.
There's been another murder in the court. Oh no.
Oh no, I've been shot. Whatever will we do?
No, I'm not an attorney.
And it's been done by Bear. Oh no.
Gasp.
Gasp.
In the report immediately.
I might not be so lucky next time. It's okay. It's either me or Dots. Other than that, I must admit you did well.
I'm going to ignore that because it's not true.
What do you mean it's not true?
It's not true.
What do you mean it's not true?
That's not true.
What do you mean it's not true?
You know exactly what I mean by
God
that.
damn, I was gonna do it again but you haven't had a 10-minute cooldown.
Yeah, I have a cooldown.
Fair enough, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. You could gamble and try for it again.
I'll just do that.
Ah! Everything's in shambles.
Other than that, I must admit that you did well. Cross-examined the commander adequately, and you handled the Steelwind rebuttals as well as you could have. I remembered how Prosecutor Steelwind was glaring at me at the start of the trial. Even thinking about it was enough to make me nauseous. Steelwind, why does that name sound so familiar? Wait, isn't House Steelwind one of the 4 pillar families? That's right. Lucio Steelwind is the Grand General of Wyvern military. Hasn't he been caught up in a lot of scandals recently? Scandals? He's been having people killed by the 1,000. Right, I remember seeing several articles about him in the Rathalom Gazette. In recent years, groups are voicing their grievances against the crown tapping into surface in the countryside. King Oliver would answer their complaints by unleashing Steelwind soldiers on the so-called insurrectionists. More often than not, their peaceful protests turn violently into bloody retaliations from Lucolio's forces. And Arya is Lucios's Tyrion's only heir. When I saw her name on the docket, I wrote her off as a noble role-playing for fun. But she's good. Better than most of the prosecutors I've faced. She's taking this seriously, and with the Flinthearts doing, I can't help but wonder if the prosecutor's acting on her father's behalf. Do you think Prosecutor Searwind is protecting the real killer? The Inquisition Knights were the first responders to the scene. Didn't that strike you as odd? Right. In a small town like Cronehaven, the village militia would be the first peoples there. For the Inquisition to respond so quickly, they would have needed to know that magic was used at all. This whole mess feels a little too staged. With the Steelwind involved, this whole situation reeks of corruption. I'm sure locking up Flintheart's daughter would send a clear message to his allies. But if that were true, why did she help us in the dungeons? Either way, this works out in our favor. I can't fight the Steelwinds on the battlefield, but I can fight them in the courtroom. On that subject, I've been meaning to give you this. My spell compendium? I grabbed it from the dining room before the Inquisition arrived. They have a bad habit of misplacing pieces of evidence like this.
You wouldn't say.
Spell component, it contains the formula for only one spell, Mage Blade. So this is your spell compendium, and it only has one spell, Mage Blade. The prosecution will need to prove that Mage Blade was used in the murder. What do you mean, stop giving me sass? Sass is the fun stuff.
I shall give anyone and everyone I want sass, because I'm gonna shut up.
I just get looking directly at my other monitor at your camera as you said that.
This is because of Luna, so I will give as much sass as I want.
Yes, exactly.
Luna's giving me sass.
Come on, you should stand up and do a little twirl for the audience. Come on, do a little twirl.
No.
Do a little twirl.
I have no room.
You can stand up and do like a little curtsy.
The room between my bed and my chair is about that much.
You can still twirl in place.
Nah, there I twirled. Happy?
No, not really.
Okay, wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've done it once before.
Fine.
Woozy saying boo-doo. Oh wait, why are you just putting it on? Just be right back. Boo.
I moved.
For shame.
Good enough. Whatever. I don't even know if I can. I gotta take off my headphones again. Yeah. You can't even really see anything.
Yeah, just do the best
I'm
twirl you can
hunched over.
Do the best twirl you can.
Holding. Why did I say holding? I don't know. There. You can kind of see. Good enough. How provocative.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't even turn.
Ooh, how provocative the shoulder polygon.
This is... Can it stop?
Just do the best twirl you can.
Good enough. Happy?
No, you have to do a full spin.
I did!
Okay, there you go. I forgot there's a slight delay.
I did too do a full spin.
Look, there's like a 5-second delay, okay?
Uh-huh. So we're good?
Yes, we're good.
Good.
I hope Winter's still around to kill up that for later.
What? I can't even fully hear you. Headphones are still off.
Yeah, I hope Winter or someone else clips that for later.
No, there's no need for that. Why? You gotta post that on the thing too?
No, I'm not gonna post it, but it'll be What do you mean?
What?
What do you mean, harlot?
I don't even know what that word means.
I think it's supposed to be like a harlot a prostitute or woman engages in interesting activities. But anyways, we'll restrict their plan of attack and we'll give you an edge. But I still have no idea who actually did this. What do you mean? What's with the zoom?
You know why.
For what that word means.
Raising just eyebrows as I looked at my second
For
monitor.
what that word meant.
Yeah.
That's the reason of the Zoom.
Anyways, Celeste, I need to talk to you about what your father was doing. Oh. She glanced over at the bailiff. He was looming close, staring daggers at her. I should go. It looks like they can't wait to throw me back in that cell. Wait, I still have... She quickly turned away and quickly walked off without another word. Mr. Moore just shook her head. She's practically begging for a conviction at this rate. Bringing up her late father may have struck a nerve. I'll need to be more delicate next time. I can speak with her in the dungeons later. Right now, I want to take a look at the crime scene. With how negligent the Inquisition were, I doubt they found everything. If you're planning to investigate the crime scene, you'll need this. She reached into her coat and pulled out a small blue runestone. I froze for a moment, staring wide-eyed at it. Is that? Attorney's runestone, a magical runestone that allows you to take pictures of crime scenes and write notes telepathically. Every attorney has one. It's almost like a badge for them. It's an attorney's runestone. I had a commission for you after you passed the exam last month. You've had one ready this entire time? Cuthbert, are you crying? No. Say your tone and everything.
Crying, you are.
No, I'm not crying. You are.
Who's got a gun, engineer?
My eyes aren't wet. Your eyes are wet. I wiped my eyes and delicately store the runestone in the pocket of my jacket. I'm embarrassed them today. Don't expect them to be that sloppy again. As much as I hate to admit, your investigative mind is sharper than mine. If anyone can get through this, it's you. Oh, thank you. She turned to take a seat at the bench near the courtroom entrance. It looked like she would be staying here until the case was over. I tucked Celestia's spell component into my jacket. I hadn't slept and my body still ached from the carriage ride. I still didn't know whether I was truly up for this, but none of that mattered. Celeste was counting on me and I wouldn't let anyone get away with killing Flintheart. Even the Steel Winds were involved. The Inquisition...
Don't go dying.
I'm not gonna go die on you
That's
just
my job.
yet.
That's my job.
Yeah.
Suffocating?
I do not know. The Inquisition had set up a teleportation circle at the crime scene. As the defense attorney for this case, I was permitted to use it. With it, I could instantly travel back and forth between the McCoy Tavern and the Capitol. It was miles better than having to travel by carriage.
Oh, it's you. What are you doing here?
Commander White stepped in my way as I approached your tavern entrance. This time I took my attorney's runestone and presented it to him. I'm the defense attorney in this case. I have every right to look at the crime scene.
Welcome
But hi,
back,
Dinah. Whatever, just remember, I got my eye on you. Yeah, he's definitely not happy.
No, not who's happy. No one's happy here.
Not even you, apparently.
No, I'm not. I'm rather unhappy. My face is just like his. Not turned, more the grumpy.
Sniff,
Take
sniff.
that rock out of my face now.
Sniff, sniff.
Why
are you not happy being able
no,
to...
No sniff sniff. You know exactly why I'm not happy right
But
now.
why are you not happy hanging out with me?
That's not the reason I'm not happy. You know the reason I'm not happy.
I know you're not happy for
No, you're not painting me as the victim here. Nuh-uh. No, wait.
Why are you being...
You're not painting yourself as the victim here. No.
You're so sad. You're so beat, boo-hoo.
Yeah, I'm such a bully.
I'm so mean.
You're so mean. The mean is first around. Whatever
Exactly.
will I do to fix this?
It's your fault for choosing to do things with me. You have no one to blame but yourself.
Beat a kid at heart. Wink wonk, wink wonk.
Yeah.
Sorry. Begin your investigation, you can talk in with them. Questions. Commander White, I was wondering if I could ask you some questions.
No.
Seriously.
Excuse me!
Excuse me!
Someone just put together a compilation of every time this happens. I'm just like, excuse me!
I feel like whatever will you do? Yeah, I mean, that's the point. I'm not actually sad. That's the...
Yeah.
It's all a bit. We're actors at heart.
Princess.
Excuse me,
I feel like between this and my other Ace Attorney series I'm doing with an M, it could very much be easily a huge compilation of just me accidentally interrupting people because I think it's my line.
Someone do it. There's some good content for you.
Which I feel I need to message my editor about that. Of just funny clips of. Remind me to make a note of that after the stream.
I'm gonna write it down for myself. Actually, I cannot go on Discord. Right.
Make a note on make a notepad.
I have phone. Phone works.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
I got this editor somewhat recently. For the last couple of months doing some edits and stuff. Mostly been doing subtitles and stuff, but hey, fun edits and stuff.
yeah, I'm a little jealous.
Angry and anxious. She probably sent you to con me.
I know who your boss is, and I know what you're up to.
I just need information about the crime scene, as it is my right.
Yeah, sure you do.
At first I thought it was just another corrupt night, but this felt oddly personal. I wondered if this could all just be a misunderstanding. I might be able to sway them to cooperate with me. Psychological profiles. You occasionally need to argue against people and persuade them to cooperate with your investigation. Psychological profiles help you in those ensuing arguments. They give you information about your opponent and help you understand which option to pick. You can form them by talking to them and presenting certain items.
Have a sword, Shank!
Anyways, let's just investigate everything.
Ugh.
Portraits.
I want you to vote for me for mayor.
Charge of broken bottle. Lotus juice. Never heard that brand before.
Lotus juice. I can only imagine that kind of tastes like a lotus root, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, lotus root is not good tasting.
But yeah, Dinah, if you ever do the best of moments of Luna, Dots, and the others, if you do,
Oh God.
we can totally do like a reaction. I will definitely do a reaction video if you want me to.
Yes! Oh God, I can add that to titles for my channel. Gaming, voice acting, reaction channel. We are a little bit of everything, literally.
Yeah, I mean, I always wait for the day whenever people do fan art of my channel of just like random moments of like animation, music videos, or whatever, and like I like it, whenever people do. I definitely want to do like a reaction of like stuff of like, oh wow, this is really cool and stuff like that.
Yeah. I wait those days as well. I know it's never gonna happen, but be cool. Like these musicians who seek for attention but aren't actually really musicians.
Power,
Yes. Or the artists who come in your DMs like, hey, your art's cool. Do you want more art? Please?
Yeah,
Want to get my art? Please? Art!
The thing is, I have a DeviantArt page where I sometimes post my art or like commissions I got from people and stuff like that. So it's like, but then I get the occasional comment on my writing things of like, this really inspired me. I'm actually a comic book thing. You can contact me more at these things. And I'm like, dude, if you actually
Who asked?
like, yeah, it's cool. If you want to do art, make comics of my things, or like,
damn.
yeah, like if you. Oh yeah, no, I kicked them out of the server, so.
Yes, we made that decision.
Yeah.
I helped.
Yeah.
Barely.
I first muted them, and then they posted into the wrong chat, like basically the muted channel of whatever
They
was in
got
a
past the mute.
No, like, they posted in the wrong channel, basically, of, like, and it was just like, dude, you put into mute, and you aren't even asking why you couldn't post in the original thing before. Yeah, you're out.
Yep. Bot action. You get kicked. Insert ban hammer. I need a hammer.
Yeah, but yeah, basically, like, it's cooler, like, they had, like, if people say, like, hey, yeah, oh my god, I can't, like, if the people are artists, I got, your story's really interesting, but I'm like, and then I'm like, you can contact me more, and I'm like, yeah, sure, but don't expect me to commission you when I'm an artist myself, and I both write and do art, so, like, if you want to do it for free, and I'm like... Because I've had like 5 or 6 different people comment on different stories of mine, and I just, every single time, like, oh yeah, you'll have to pay me if you want to actually do this. And I'm like, why the heck would I pay you when I could just do it myself?
Exactly. I mean,
yeah, and I just
can't say anything.
I literally, every time
my
it comes
art was
up,
done
I'm
for
just
me.
like, yeah, I'm just reporting it to, I'm like, marking them as spam. Because it's just like, why the F would I try and sell me stuff if I've said multiple times on my DVR page of like, don't try and contact me for comp stuff. I have people I work with.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I can't say anything. All of my art was done for me for free by a friend at the time that I don't have any access to anymore. But even then, like, if I want art, and I will contact someone. I will find somebody. Not gonna just be like, I don't know you, sure, whatever. So mixed feelings about commissions, like why people get paid for stuff I don't.
Yeah.
I do think for free, why should you too? It's not your job. Exactly.
Yeah, like... Yeah, because it's like, I get commissions, like,